Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Alex again. Today I'm going to do how-to for the windows and the hull. I've been working on my radio box. I decided to take a break and show you guys how to do this. It's pretty simple. People get a little overwhelmed by it, but it's pretty simple. So here, I'm just going to give you a quick zoom in. The hull right now, or the hull, is was one piece. It was all one piece, molded out of fiberglass. This is a very light material. It's great. But these unfortunately cannot puncture fiberglass, so we got to cut the holes for the balsa wood. So depending on your ship, it's going to have certain rules for how many windows, whether you can have an armor belt on it. The armor belt is a little 1/8 strip on the side here. My ship has it. Is this little armor belt right there. Mine's allowed to have it. I have 20 windows on each side. They're roughly about 3 inches wide. That's just what the measurement called for. In my instruction manual, or my directions, I have 2 inches from the bow here on the front, and I have a 1-inch gap on the stern here. So from the front here, so I have 3 inches total that I'm allowed to keep what we call a hard surface. The rules state that you're supposed to have 85% of your side of your ship is supposed to be open to BBs. So this is, if you can picture 85% of this entire thing, this is what 85% looks like. The top here is 3/8 inch thick, and the ribs here are also 3/8 inch thick. I cut this out with just a Dremel tool. The bit that I used was the gold cutting disc, not your regular ceramic, or I don't know what they are, your regular cutting disc. It's a gold one. I forget what number. I think it's like 593, something like that, 395 maybe, something like that. But you'll see it. But it chews through fiberglass like it's cool. So yeah, it does a pretty good job. I unfortunately had to freehand all of the measurements and lines. I didn't use any tape for this, so that's what I would recommend to you for doing this. Is I would get tape instead of freehanding, because this was a pain in the butt doing it with pencil and ruler. It took about 2 days to do it, but it turned out alright. I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, that's how I did it. So like I said, each ship is going to have its own rules, its own scale, its own measurements. In my particular case, I had to find out where the water line was. So that's what this line is here. That's where the water line comes up to, right there. So my ship had to do roughly an inch. That was a minimum. That was a rule state. A minimum from the water line. That was where the bottom of the windows had to be. So I erred. So with this, when you're doing your windows, you want to err on the conservative side. So you want, if say it calls for an inch from here, I would recommend doing it maybe 1.25 inches. You can always adjust and add weight later. So that's what I did. So this is roughly from an inch to about 1.25 inches, and this is probably about maybe an inch to inch and a half right here, from the bottom of the window to the hole, and it's the same thing on the other side here. So it's coming out pretty good. Like I said, people kind of freak out about the windows a little bit. It's not that big a deal. It's just very time consuming. Yeah, so just take your time, make sure you do it right. And yeah, so nothing to it. So just make sure you got to make sure you do the math right. I would recommend, the way I did it is I converted all the measurements into millimeters. It's hard to go from feet to inches to whatever, but if you convert everything to millimeters, it makes it a lot easier. So that's how I did it. And like I said, it turned out pretty well. So well, I'm going to do the stringers and the deck support here too, you know, kind of combine a little bit. Pretty simple too. So like I said, I have an armor band on my hole, and it's an 1/8 of an inch thick. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see it's got wood in there. That's 1/8 inch thick, or I'm sorry, 1/8 inch thick stringer, and it goes all the way along the side here, and then same on this side here. For the top deck, my kit came with these 2 1/4 inch plywood stringers here, which I fitted to the deck and put these support beams in. These are 1/4 inch stringers as well, 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch, and fitted them, glued them together, made them all waterproof, epoxy, everything, and then glued them to the hole. Now, word of warning: these holes, when you cut them, the windows out, and when they come from wherever you got your kit from, they're gonna bow out a little bit. So don't be afraid to, you know, push and squeeze on your hole a little bit and kind of form it a little bit to the way that it's supposed to be, but not too much. You don't want to break anything, but you know, you can be, you know, you don't have to be delicate, but you can be a little rough with it. But yeah, so it's coming out good. Like I said, I worked on the radio box today. I got my rudder servo in, so that's what that was looking like. I got a stringer going all the way back to the rudder here. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. Here, let's turn it on and I'll show you what I got so far. Alright, cool. So I'm back again real quick. I set up my radio, show you guys what I've done so far. This is my radio. It's a 6-channel Hobby King. It's pretty good looking radio. I've messed with it a little bit, kind of worked some of the bugs out. It's a good radio. I'm pretty impressed so far. But show you what I've got so far. It's pretty simple. Just, you know, simple left and right for the rudder. It's not the, you know. So here we go. Should be left and right there. You can hear it moving. So it's pretty, you know, pretty simple so far. Nothing to it. And it took me about 10 minutes to do it. So I'll show you guys from the back here. So looking pretty good so far. I think it'll turn out really well. I'm excited to finish this. But yeah, so you know, just a quick update. See, you know, show you what I'm doing. So hopefully, I don't know how much I'm gonna get done tomorrow. I'm waiting on another package I got this kit from Strike Models, so I'm waiting another package from them with the guns and the props. I'm missing a couple props. But yeah, so it's coming along so pretty good so far. So yeah, we'll hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you learned something. If you have any questions, just comment or whatever. And yeah, and keep battling. Enjoy yourself.